The humanitarian crisis at America's southern border with Mexico is becoming more desperate. The so-called Remain in Mexico policy, put in place during the Trump administration, requires immigrants seeking asylum to remain in Mexico until their applications are reviewed. In Reynosa, across the Rio Grande from Texas, Hector Silva runs the Senda de Vida migrant refuge, where more than 800 migrants are currently waiting on their asylum claims to be processed. He's way over his 500-person capacity, and more are on the way.
Before, we would see around 500 migrants in town at any one time, but now we're talking about 5,000 to 10,000. The shelters are all full, and many simply have to live on the streets while they wait on their asylum claim.
For those on the streets, living in makeshift camps is the safest way to protect themselves from the local gangsters. Here in Reynosa, in this makeshift migrant camp just steps from the US border, migrants have spoken to us of being here for as long as 9 months while they wait on their US asylum claims to be processed. And in the meantime, this region of Mexico is not a safe place to be. But help may be at hand. Lorena Cano is the legal director of Mexico's Institute for Women in Migration, an NGO which has gone to the country's own Supreme Court to challenge Mexico's participation in what it calls an illegal US migration policy.
If Mexico rejected the return of migrant protection protocols, the United States would not be able to implement it. We seek to highlight Mexico's complicity with the US in violating human rights to seek asylum.
If successful, a favourable ruling would force Mexico's government to do more to protect the migrants while they wait.
Mexico's government accepts these migrants remaining in Mexico, but then migrant shelters and NGOs are the only ones who help them. These migrants need adequate aid if Mexico is going to accept them remaining here under US migration policy. That is what this lawsuit is about.
There's no date set to hear the lawsuit, so for now, Lorena and her team can do nothing but wait and hope. Alistair Baverstock, CGTN, Reynosa.